Mickey Austin alongside me again for this one. Trinidad and Tobago favourites, it's got to be said, going into this one. What do you make of the starting seven?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably largely due to the powerhouses that they have in their attack end. The combination of Wallace and McCollin have been hard to stop, and the superstar that is Rhonda John Davis in her 6th World Cup starts at wing attack. For the Fiji Pearls, for me, it's going to be all around their defensive end and what they can do to stump the flow of the Calypso girls' attack end. Bakula in that back end there, we know that she's got experience, so we'll be looking to her to stem the flow and try and keep Samantha Wallace as quiet as possible.
The Fiji Pearls, of course, coached by Vicky Wilson, Australian diamond shooting legend. She played at 4 World Cups and she's coaching this Fijian side, a very young team, the youngest Fijian Netball World Cup team that's ever taken the court. 3 times they've met before, these two sides in Netball World Cups. Trinidad and Tobago have won the previous 3, most recently back in 2011 at the Singapore events. So Trinidad and Tobago against Fiji, live from the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. Just waiting for the match ball to be delivered. Fiji have struggled in this tournament, it's got to be said. Mickey, what can they do here against Trinidad and Tobago to try and cause an upset?
Yeah, I think they're going to look to start strong and start explosive. Caitlin Fisher in that wing attack position will run for days and give you 6 different changes of direction. She is such a workhorse and a real pivotal point for the Fijian attack end. And Panapasa underneath the goalpost wearing that goal shooter bib stands at 6'3". They're going to look to expose her height nice and early.
We're underway. Fiji playing right to left in their light blue dresses. Trinidad and Tobago in the black, red and white, playing left to right.
Straight away we see a turnover for the Calypso girls. Umpire Louise Travis on the closest side of your screens to us from England was all over the breaking of Nawai. That's an unforced error straight away.
Khalifa McCollin with the opening goal of the contest, over the top to Wallace.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
She makes it 2.
And they're going to look to combine all match long. Khalifa McCollin is one, for me, the most skillful goal attacks in this competition. We know that she has absolute accuracy to burn. She is a 90% plus goal attack, which is absolutely massive. And as you just saw there, she looks to connect with her shooters as early as possible.
2 turnovers already for Fiji. This is still on their centre pass. Wallace again, New South Wales Swifts in Super Netball in Australia.
She is an absolute superstar of the game. So calm and collected is Sammy Wallace, but make no mistake, she is an absolute fierce competitor. Maybe tall, one of the tallest at 6'3", but she can shoot from anywhere inside that circle, so look to her to shoot from range as well.
Contact centre. Outside contact centre.
There is Sam Wallace again. So that's 4 already for Trinidad and Tobago, asserting their authority early on here against Fiji.
Contact, goal attack.
Goal defence Nawai. Trying to feed the ball into Lydia Panapasa, but again, they come away with it, Trinidad and Tobago.
Fantastic outside arm there from goalkeeper Daystar Swift. Look to her to pull out some unbelievable interception in this game.
Missed shot from McCollin. Gallo across to the centre, Torren Bow. Just losing the handle once more, Fiji. The Pearls have had a torrid time of it coming into this. 90 times they turned over possession across 2 games in this tournament. Those sort of stats, very hard to make any sort of headway.
Contact centre. Obstruction, goal defence.
McCollin on the occasion of her 36th Test cap with another goal. Guerrero Gallo, the centre, over the top to Wallace. Nice connection between those two.
Fabulously strong take from Guerrero there. Almost one-handed, as casual as you like, but she turned away from the defender as she caught the ball.
Contact with defence.
A little break here for Fiji. Contact called. Can they work it into the circle? Rauluni, goal attack, long ranger. Rattles it home. Rauluni.
What a beautiful shot there. Look at that, as high as you like, goes all the way out of shot, collects rain on it on its way down.
Yeah, some confidence. Now why? Almost with the intercept.
Advantage offside and obstruction, wing defence.
Wonder John
obstruction,
Davis.
goalkeeper.
Wing attack, the most capped player at this World Cup.
Yeah, and showing every ounce of her experience there. On one foot, almost turning away from her circle to make the defenders shift. But little did they know, she had the corner of her eye looking to the circle at all times and managed to find a connection with Sammy Wallace.
McCollum just rims out that time under the attentions of
Wing defence contact.
Now why?
Uncharacteristic
Well, you are
misses from
attack
Khalifa
with
McCollum
her.
early doors here. Expect to see her build on the accuracy.
Obstruction.
Three very short passes. John Davis to McCollum into Wallace. And they're up to 8, Trinidad and Tobago. Here they come again on their own centre pass.
Centre.
Heavy fall
Centre.
to the
Caution,
Fijian
persistent
centre, Aliti
contact.
Torrenbaum.
Whistle.
She's been called for persistent contact as well. So
I've held time.
Yeah, so we see Taribu there, the centre for the Fiji Pearls, already getting a caution in the first 5 minutes of the game. And as with netball, we have a sanction system, which means the first thing is a caution, as you can see there, for the contact trying to come through the body of Guerrero.
over the top to Panapasa. There's their second, Fiji.
Much better direct accuracy play there. You see a lovely, beautiful, long feed from Raluani, sighting her shooter early.
Wallace with the big right hand, leaping high. Gets Trinidad and Tobago up to 10 goals to 2. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. McCollum has it for Trinidad and Tobago. Over to Wonder John Davis.
Obstruction centre.
Just so easy getting the ball into the circle. It was short on the shot was Wallace, but she follows it well. Picks up the rebound and the putback.
There it is, and the pressure from the Trinidadian defenders right now is just far too much for the Fiji Pearls to handle. We saw Jack running all the way through, 2 hands on that flat interception, winning the ball nice and cleanly for her team.
McCollum has been playing for the Celtic Dragons in the Vitality Super League, but she's off to New Zealand to play for the Southern Steel in the ANZ Championship.
Yeah, she is in a fantastic opportunity for an absolutely outstanding goal attack. As I say, she was the highest shooting average percentage goal attack in our entire league last year. So a very, very well-deserved opportunity, which I'm certain she will grab with both hands.
Offside centre.
In favour of Trinidad and Tobago. John Davis, a little fake, and then the dish to Wallace. Rauluni back to Gallo.
Back to wing attack obstruction.
Caitlin Fisher, wing attack, getting involved there. She's based in Sydney, plays in the New South Wales Premier League. The Fijian wing attack.
Fiji. Just here.
Qualifies for Fiji through her maternal grandfather. There's Caitlin Fisher. And here's the goal attack, Rauluni.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Her second goal of the contest. One-handed pass over the top to John Davis. Has the wherewithal to flick it into Sammy Wallace.
Unlucky defence there from Balakuro. See her coming out to hunt that long diagonal ball outside the circle. That's absolutely the right idea. And let's be honest, if Fiji Pearls want to turn over ball against this team, they've got to do it before the ball gets into the shooting circle.
Rauluni, the captain, follows a shot. Leaps high.
On the ball, goal defence.
Unasi Rauluni
Stand beside, let her stand beside, yes.
had a 4-year layoff from international netball. Back with the Fijian Pearls in a World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely did not look like it with the offensive rebound of the day there. Got hops for days, going up nice and vertical. And at 5'9", she will be wrapped with coming out with that offensive rebound inside the shooting circle.
Turnover for Fiji on the Trinidad and Tobago centre pass. That's what they need. 14-5, they trail. Fisher off to Ngalo. Passer just can't hold on to the pass under the attentions of Daystar Swift. Daystar Swift got to be my favourite name at the Netball World Cup this week.
It's pretty great, isn't it? I wish I had a name like that.
Daystar Austin, don't mind that.
Okay, maybe one for the future.
14-5, 15, Trinidad and Tobago. Rauluni almost the intercept. Guerrero, on a passer, good position. Uses her size and pops it in.
Yeah, that's much better play from the Fijian Pearls. You see the quick 1-2 on the edge of the circle from Taribu, seeing Daystar Swift come all the way around the front of her shooter to open up that backspace. Great vision. They just need more of it.
Quick Anson Guerrero into McCollum. Every time Fiji shows something at the offensive end, it's just the speed with which Trinidad Tobago are able to transfer the ball up court. Fisher, Panapasa outside the circle. Rauluni has a look inside, goes back out to Ngalo. Long pass to Panapasa. Mid-range shot, nails it.
Fiji Pearls, for me, are really struggling to penetrate the middle section of that end third. You see them going all the way around the outside, having to play the wide to open up the angle inside to their shooter. They're going to have to look to penetrate the middle of the court going forward.
Number 12 for Samantha Wallace. Panapasa again, helping out her attacking contingent, coming a long way out of the circle. Torin Bow, long pass over to Rauluni, back into Panapasa. Big wide triangle netball there, working well for Fiji.
Yeah, there was, and even a no-look pass and a little bit of flair coming from Rauluni there. Really good that she's got the confidence to do that and the trust in her shooter to know that she's going to be on the end of it. Vicky Wilson will be very happy with that.
McCollum with another highest percentage shooter in the Vitality Super League. Change, so Caitlin Fisher putting the centre bib on. That's how she started the previous match. They came into this with losses against Jamaica 85-29 and then South Africa 90-35. Fiji. Panapasa coming into the game well. She's their main target. Just can't convert on that occasion. And she gives away the contact call as well.
Yeah, but a much better direct attack to the circle edge there. Wing attack who's just come on for Fiji Pearls, and Sevitia will be looking to bring some real impact onto the court.
Beside the wing defence. Man is moving off, man is contact.
That's obstruction, wing defence.
Wallace back out to John Davis.
Contact, goalkeeper. Back where the contact was, yes.
Bolokoro giving away the contact call there, and McCollum, no problem from that kind of range for her. Tip off from Wallace there, didn't quite work out the way she intended.
Too quick for her own teammates there. She had the right idea, looking to swing the ball to her pocket nice and early, but unfortunately just her and her teammate were not on the same wavelength there.
Better transition with the ball here from Fiji, but then the intercept in the circle. And here comes Trinidad and Tobago with real zip, moving up the court. McCollum just a little fake. This is the shot.
Shaquanda Green in that goal defence position for Trinidad and Tobago, making a real impact nice and early in this game, tipping the pass from the goal attack of Fiji and Ralouni on that occasion. Lovely high elevation there, the tip, and she manages to gather as well. That's super hard to do.
Nicole and John Davis and Wallace here just passing at will in the front third. And with just over 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter here, Trinidad and Tobago well in charge.
Tobago in the goal third.
And unforced errors like that are not going to make coach Vicky Wilson happy. Losing the ball on your own centre pass is an absolute gift. And you see Onella Jack there holding her hands up in the air to say to her teammates, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to give that." Luckily, it was tipped by a Fijian player before it went off, so they gained possession back.
Wallace all over Nawai once again. It's a very young side, as we mentioned at the top, an average age of 22, the youngest thing they've ever brought to a World Cup, Fiji. 5 of these players are still eligible to represent Fiji at the Youth World Cup in 2021, which is being held in Suva. Gives you an idea of the youth that Vicky Wilson's gone for at this tournament.
Yeah, that's absolutely madness when you put it into that context, isn't it? What a great opportunity for these young players to get an opportunity to run out against some of the best teams world netball has to offer, and I'm sure that in the long run it will pay dividends for them in terms of their experience going forward.
Building for the future, yeah. Next World Cup.
Yes.
In South Africa, you know, some of these young players will have all this World Cup experience under the belt and all the tournaments they'll play in between time, and that'll serve them well in the future. The Fiji Pearls over the top to Wallace, perfectly timed. Sammy nets it once again.
Fantastic vision from Khalifa McCollin there. She saw the goalkeeper in Fiji, Bakulu, look to the edge of the circle to try and hunt on a ball, and the pass into Sammy Wallace was just pinpoint.
There's a goal for Ralouni.
Hold time.
There's 15 seconds to go.
Contact goal defence.
Contact called in the mid-court on the goal D into Wallace. She can make it 24 here after McCollin. She misses. So a let off for Fiji just before the break. Long pass. They're going to run out of time here, I think. Yep, even if that gone in, it wouldn't have been allowed. You've got to shoot from in the circle. So 23 to 10 at first quarter time. Panapasa has worked hard in the front circle for Fiji, but a big deficit already at first quarter time. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter after this.
Break, goal attack.
Fiji get us back underway through Caitlin Fisher in the centre position. Panapasa, she was the main goal-scoring threat for Fiji in the first quarter.
Sorry, goalkeeper.
Picks up 5 out of 6 attempts. That's a good ratio of 83%.
Goal attack, just this side, please. This side. Goal attack, this side.
Just 18 years of age, Lydia Panapasa.
Hold time. Goal attack. Listen to me for the setting of the penalty. In line with me, so this side, please.
Ralouni's been asked to come back in line with the
on my whistle.
umpire, Louise Travis.
Contact goalkeeper.
Panapasa from close range. Scores her 6th of the match. A good start for Fiji in this second quarter. Guerrero. Onella Jack.
Contact on the ball.
A wing defence for Trinidad and Tobago. Here she is, Jack. Sends it up court. Wallace bossed it up there in the first quarter, and she's continued off where she left off in the first.
Yeah, and we see a change in that Fiji defensive end. Polokoro going to goal defence from the goalkeeper position, which means Nawai has taken a well-earned rest on the bench nice and early. And Kahatoko has come onto that goalkeeper position.
Yeah, watch out for Kahatoka. She likes contact. 26 contact penalties against her across the first 2 games. Nice finish with the shot there.
Yeah, so potentially the Fijian Pearls trying to not pay as much respect to Sammy Wallace as they was in the first quarter, and realising how much of a threat she is for Trinidad and Tobago underneath that shooting post.
Held ball, 3 seconds the call.
Yes, we have a rule in netball which means you can't hold on to the ball in possession for longer than 3 seconds.
McCollum just stepping on the sideline. So Fiji will inbound it. There's Kaha-Toka. Long pass over the top to the wing attack, Sebutia. And Apasa, good position.
Goal attack break, free pass Fiji.
Gareth Fowler, umpire on the far side from us today. Hawkeye sees the breaking on the centre pass, which means that Khalifa McCollin had stepped into the centre third too early.
Apasa tries the quick release as she's being shoved out of court by Daystar Swift. She's allowed to have another go at it.
And a lovely passage of play here for the Fijians. Great one-handed taken at the sense of mind to absorb the body contact and try and put that shot up before she fell out of court.
Fisher. And Apasa just can't bring it in with the left hand.
Off the shooter.
And it's off the goal shoot, and Apasa, so that'll be Trinidad and Tobago ball.
Yes.
Daystar Swift heading to New Zealand to play for the Northern Stars.
There she is, and again, what a fantastic opportunity for the Calypso girls defender. I'm sure that she will make the most of it over across the Tasman.
Wallace to McCollin. This is the shot that Sam Wallace cleans up the scraps and grabs another one for herself.
Confirmation on the bottom of your screen there about the Fijian changes. Defenders really trying to have an impact. Kaha-Toka there coming over the back of Samantha Wallace, trying to win that ball.
Gero into McCollin, mid-ranger, just dribbles it over the front lip. Fisher. Looney almost intercepted by Rhonda John Davis. 40 years of age in her 6th Netball World Cup, just an extraordinary career.
Isn't that the most inspirational thing you will ever hear? The grand old age, well, not old, 40 years old, here in her 6th World Cup competing, and you would not even know it. She is a phenomenal athlete.
Well, apparently her husband also plays netball, so maybe that's the secret.
That's amazing.
Long netball career and happy marriage, play the same sport.
Yeah, exactly, and you know, the men's netball game across the world is absolutely growing. We've seen it in England with the inclusion of the Knights men's netball team. You know, they've been pivotal in the run-up for some international teams coming into this competition, just proving their athleticism.
Yeah, well, Fiji played in a series against the Silver Ferns and the New Zealand men's team. New Zealand had a 7-foot goal shooter in their team.
Yeah, they did, and the New Zealand men's team actually went on to win that series, beating the Silver Ferns by 4 goals, I think it was, and their goal shooter, Levi, as you said, rightly, is 7 foot tall and an incredible athlete. How amazing it is that we're growing the sport across both genders.
Yeah, Levi, 7 foot, that's a big pair of jeans.
I don't get that.
Fisher to Looney. Apasa gets it on the second grab. That was nicely done and just dribbles in at the last moment.
She fought so hard to collect that ball and be on the end of the pass. I'm not 100% sure there was enough on it for her to actually gain possession, but she very smartly took it away from Daystar Swift's hands.
John Davis
Contact with the bids, outside.
loses the handle. Garlow called for the contact. Over the top to Wallace.
Structure goal with bids.
Such good position.
Time, goalkeeper. Goalkeeper.
Daystar Swift being replaced here.
Yeah, and we see a little bit of guess what bib. What do you want? What one do you want? Do you want the goal defence? Do you want the centre? Do you want the goalkeeper?
It's bib disco in Liverpool.
We see Shaquanda Green now move back into that goalkeeper position, sorry. And we see a new goal defence come onto the court in Anika Baptiste.
Goal wing defence.
Monica Baptiste, 23 years of age, playing in a 10th Test match. So 29-18, Fiji leading the second quarter by 8 goals to 6. It's been a big improvement from them. Wallace gets shoved out of the way by Kahatoka. We told you she's physical. Bisaki Kahatoka, we saw it there.
Yeah, but doing her job so far since she's come onto the court. You know, we saw a second ago her coming outside of the circle, trying to pressurise the cross-court pass like she's doing right there. On that occasion, not being able to come up with the interception, but that's the right idea from Fiji, hence why they're currently leading the score in this quarter.
Beautifully brought in with the left hand from Samantha Wallace. Shooting over 95% in this final match from the first stage at the Netball World Cup. They're on course, Trinidad and Tobago, to reach the second stage, going through alongside South Africa and Jamaica, who are playing over on court 1. South Africa leading Jamaica by 36-28 as it stands. Nice little underarm pass there from Rhonda John Davis.
And a fantastic high hold inside that shooting circle from Samantha Wallace. You saw her almost pin Kahatoka to the top of the circle, leaving all of the backspace for her to drive into and collect the pass.
Nice finish from Khalifa McCollum.
She uses her body so well, does Khalifa McCollum, in that goal attack position for Trinidad and Tobago. Fantastic roll of the backspace there from Green. Unfortunate to not be able to collect the pass on the end of it.
Obstruction goal defence, advantage goal.
Yeah, that's an excellent long ranger from Unaisi Rauluni. 7 from 8 for her.
Wing defeat, construction.
Gallo called again for obstruction. Wallace getting hammered again by Kahatoka.
See her fixing her hair at the back end of that, because I think Kahatoka was trying to remove her ponytail.
Fiji come away with it. Nice pass across court into Panapasa.
Advantage contact wing defence. Advantage
It's
obstruction wing
Rauluni again.
defence.
Waits for the defenders to leap in the air, buys a time, and then puts it away.
Good job from the Fiji attackers there, using the width of the court and confidence on their passing. Lovely length on their passes, as you can see from that one there, straight into Panapasa.
Back one in this way. Goal attack this way.
Rauluni, a little double fake. So, one ahead again in this quarter, Fiji.
Shooting really well is Rauluni in that goal attack position for Fiji. Currently sitting at 8 out of 9 goals. That's a really good return from her. I think she'll be pleased with that.
Trinidad and Tobago look to respond. They'll do so. Wallace. Again, that's number 25.
Just no forward options for Fiji. Caitlin Fisher providing one right on the last second. But again, all of the Fiji attackers behind their defenders. You see Green and Baptiste doing a high five as the ball goes up the other end. They was really, really pleased to come out of that interception.
Here come the Calypso girls. Looking for their 35th goal of the match. They get it through guess who? Sam Wallace. Yeah, that's not bad. 26 of 27, 96% from your goal shoot. That's right up there. And here's another one.
She just makes it look so easy, doesn't she? And her face never looks unfazed. Doesn't matter how much contact or body that she's getting or how much work she has to do in terms of her movement. The end result is always the same. She turns fully confident to go to post.
Well, she might make a good combination with Helen Housby at the New South Wales Swifts next season.
Contact with defence.
Showing her versatility there is Samantha Wallace, getting on the move, getting on the run. Oh, doing her best to try and keep that ball in court.
Falls into the hands of a Fiji player.
Hard construction, we defend.
That's over the top in the direction of Panapasa. Yeah, that one will get there.
Good time. Big, please.
Unlucky
Bib
from
on, please,
Baptiste,
goalkeeper.
using all of her elevation to come all the way over the top. And now doing her best to play wardrobe lady and help out her teammate put her bib back on.
A couple of Velcro issues for Trinidad and Tobago in this one, but they haven't got many shooting issues with Sam Wallace up front. Nice pass into Panapasa.
It was a beautiful pass, again, lovely length on that, and she's grateful that Panapasa was able to pull that ball in. However, at the moment, that does seem like the only way that the Fijians can penetrate towards the Trinidadian shooting circle. So they'll be looking for their mid-quarters to cut in front, pass, give and go, to take on that circle edge. So they've got more than just that one option.
Baptiste, Guerrero.
And as you can see, the Fijian shooting pair sitting on a really, really high shooting percentage of 90 and 93% alike. So they're doing their best when they get the ball. They just need to be serviced better from their mid-quarters.
Yes, hold. One step this way.
Yeah, that combination.
Yes, beside the goalkeeper.
Guerrero,
Yes.
McCollum, Wallace. Here's Wallace fighting for possession. Keeps her landing foot where she wants it, just hands it off to
Fiji.
a fellow shooter, McCollum. And they're ahead now in the quarter, 15 goals to 13. So trailed at one point in quarter number 2, Trinidad and Tobago, but reasserting their authority down the stretch here. Just able to take their time with the pass here, because not much close-up defending going on in the mid-court.
Barter's teacher obstruction. Barter's teacher contact. Defending from out of court here, goalkeeper.
Great patient play from the Trinidad and Tobago attack end, willing to craft the ball, swing the ball all the way across court.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Wanting to craft the opportunity to give their shooter in Khalifa McCollum an opportunity to score.
So just over a minute left in the half. Wallace
Contact centre.
passes across the circle. McCollum, nice and high,
Fiji.
puts it away.
And you heard a call called taken there from umpire Gareth Fowler. So what that means is there was a penalty, but you've taken the ball quickly, and he doesn't want to slow the game down by bringing the ball back. So that's really, really smart officiating there.
Panapasa gets one back for the Pearls. Just 18 years of age. Not many of these Fijian players, big future, as we were talking about. Baptiste, cross court to Onella Jack. And there's Wallace again.
Goal and Trinidad and Tobago on the goal line.
All the breaks going
On the
Trinidad and
goal line.
Tobago's way.
Goal line.
They'll inbound the ball from the goal line. Slightly further range from McCollum. That one won't sink for her. So just under 20 seconds to go. Can Fiji find a goal just before half-time? Fisher. Nice little underhand pass to Rauluni over the top to Panapasa. And she puts it down.
Beautiful advantage play there from umpire Louise Travis, not wanting to pull the penalty back and giving Fiji an opportunity to score in the dying seconds.
So an improved quarter from Fiji, still a long way behind. It's Trinidad and Tobago at half-time, who lead it by 40 goals to 25. They showed a bit more stuff in that second quarter, the Fiji Pearls.
Yeah, they did, and look, they put 15 goals on the board in that quarter, so the combination of Panapasa and Rauluni is working really, really well. They're clearly servicing each other and scoring nice and high percentages when they get the ball, but as I say, their mid-quarters are going to have to pick up their work rate to find their shooters more often.
So here we go. Fiji to get us back underway. Caitlin Fisher with the centre pass. 23-10 the first quarter, 17-15 the second. An improved performance from the Pearls in the second quarter. But an intercept straight away from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, there was absolutely nowhere near enough on that pass, but luckily from some great transitional defence, Fiji earned the ball back and another opportunity to score off of their centre pass.
Koro with a long bomb. into Hannah Passer. She can't hold on to it. So Trinidad Tobago down the ball through Shaquanda Green in the goalkeeper position at the moment. Here's the wing attack, Simango. Across the Guerrero into Wallace. That's the double act we saw in the first half. And that just rims out from Wallace that time. A rare miss for her. You can hear the noise coming from over on court one. That's because Jamaica have just tied it up against South Africa. As Hannah Passer holds on that time and puts it away for her 17th goal of the match. 94% the 18-year-old is shooting here. Change it, half-time for Fiji. Sebutia coming on for Torimbao.
Contact wing defence, outside at the top.
A lovely 1-2 in and out of the circle from Khalifa McCollin there. Starting this third quarter exactly where she left off, and a fantastic long ball into the circle from Launi. She has been on fire with her feeds this evening.
And that's put a smile on Lydia Hannah Passer's face.
Around your player,
Comes from a talented sporting family. Her mother represented Fiji in athletics and basketball. Her aunt was a hockey player. Her cousin played Fiji Sevens. That's the national sport down there, so it's all in the genes, they say.
Sporting pedigree all over the place.
Here she is again. Another goal.
Long bomb there from Hannah Passer. She will feel really confident about that goal. That's probably right on the cusp of her shooting range.
So Fiji leading the third quarter, 3 goals for 2. They have lifted their standards as this game has unfolded.
Could Samantha Wallace be any more casual in the way that she goes about her business? She just loves being out there, doesn't she? And so does Khalifa McCollin with the sneaky tap pass off of the post. Smiling in the back of play are those shooting partnerships. Great to see these athletes out here having a great time.
Good intercept from Chantal Simango. Guerrero into Khalifa McCollin again. There you go.
21 shooting attempts does Khalifa McCollin have, and that is so high for a goal attack, but that is why she is one of the best in the business at wearing that bib, providing so much to her team.
Wallace just improves her position, gets a little closer to the goal. That's how you keep your shooting percentage high. Get yourself in the best position possible. Leaping through is Rauluni for Fiji. She picks up another one of her own. It's her 10th of the match.
Beautiful advantage played from the umpire. And you see Torebu run with the ball to set that penalty as quick as she could, so that she could make use of the advantage going towards the Fijian post.
Contact centre.
Pass just evading everybody, but it'll
Off you, goalkeeper.
remain with Trinidad Tobago. Kahatoko with the last touch.
Contact, advantage offside.
Vicky Wilson in the background of your screen did not think so. She had her hand across her mouth, could not believe that her defenders didn't get the benefit of the doubt on that call.
She had some career, didn't she? 4 World Cups she went to, Vicky Wilson. Won all of them.
What pedigree to have on your bench then as your coach? You'd probably listen to her, wouldn't you?
So.
Also a player as well, and didn't do too badly then. She's coached internationally before as well, across the Tasman.
Yeah, she was the assistant in 2015 in Sydney, but assistant for the Silver Ferns.
Lovely high arcing shot of Khalifa McCollin there over the jump of the defender. Unlucky from Caitlin Fisher to not pick off that middle ball there, and another beautiful front cut around the body. Khalifa McCollin, that's exactly what she gives you.
Yeah, she loves to just swing around from the top of the circle, McCollin, down on the baseline.
Offside.
Unlucky from Anela Jack. Great athleticism around that edge of the circle, but as we know, unless you've got a G on your bib, you are not allowed inside the circle, and on that occasion, Anela Jack just putting a toe over the line.
Rauluni fakes and shoots again. So 48-30, 9 to go in the third quarter. Trinidad and Tobago have led all the way. They turned over the ball on the opening Fijian centre pass of the match. And since then, they really haven't looked back. McCollum again in tandem with Guerrero.
Contact, goalkeeper leg. Yes.
Samantha Wallace smiling as she absorbed that contact penalty there. Maybe that's just it. Maybe she's a Pam Cooking. Maybe she just smiles the whole way through a game, no matter what's happening.
Contact.
It was a big bump, wasn't it, from Episaki Kahatoka. Rauluni again for Fiji.
Fiji seeming to find a much easier, smoother passage to goal this quarter than before, so clearly listening to the instruction that Vicky Wilson would have given them at half-time.
Long pass. And then into Wallace, the big right hand climbing high, elevates, plants the foot and then puts it away.
Beautiful feed into that circle from Senegal. Putting the ball on a sixpence.
Rauluni had the awareness just to tap it down. She knew she couldn't take it cleanly, but just got the fingertips to it and took it in on the second grab. Good turnover, intercept from Fisher.
She has been working overtime for that interception for the last 2 or 3 passages of play. We alluded to it earlier, her coming onto that middle ball, but she just missed it on that occasion. Her timing was absolutely spot on.
So 50 plays 33.
Contact, goalkeeper, goal count. Trinidad and Tobago.
Number 20 for Lydia Panapasa.
Great finish there and showing her strength to be able to step into the defender on one foot and still finish the shot under all sorts of pressure.
Simundle just hands it off to McCollum. McCollum gets it back. She's content from that kind of range to shoot straight away. That was sweet from Khalifa McCollum.
Rauluni straight away off of that centre pass. She's catching the ball and looking to sight Panapasa inside that circle. Beautiful vision from Gallo there to find her attacker driving towards that circle edge in the pocket. Confidence to give that cross-court ball is not something that you see often.
One-handed. Threaded the needle, and this is the end result.
Trinidad and Tobago.
A much more competitive quarter here from Fiji. Just behind in the quarter score, but only by 1 turnover.
Guerrero to Wallace.
Minus right wing defence.
Torrenbau. Rauluni, long lob to Panapasa. She couldn't get it, but it did.
Just here.
Come off the Trinidad and Tobago hands, so Fiji try and work this in. Rauluni will have an opportunity. She decides to pass to Panapasa.
Yeah, and for me, the combination of Green and Baptiste in that defensive end for Trinidad and Tobago have just got to be a little bit smarter. You know, they know that Rauluni is a brilliant feeder. She's servicing her shooter well from all over the court. And at the minute...
Swap the ball out.
Switch ball, please.
Oh, just taking the time to switch the ball out here. There must be a complaint that it's got moisture on it. Luckily, the table officials have a spare match ball lurking on their desk, just in case something like that arises.
We'll continue. Wallace. More contact, time off.
Wing defence. Oh, I've held time. Take it back there. Wing defence. That's
Having a chuckle, are they, umpiring players?
whistle.
Caution being given out there to Gallo in that wing defence position for the Fiji Pearls. And that was for persistent contact, so not for a big hit or anything in particular, but just a culmination of lots of niggly contacts. And as we know, netball is a contested sport, but not a contact sport. So she's going to have to look to rein that in before it gets advanced to a warning if she continues that same behaviour.
We've seen a lot of cautions at this World Cup so far. Have the umpires, have the officials been given a directive to be hot, especially early on in this tournament, to make sure players know where they stand?
Well, particularly I don't think they was, and then obviously on day one in the Uganda-England game, we unfortunately had the sending off of Stella Oyella, and I think since that moment, officials have been really keen to either caution or warn a player really early on in the game, because that gives them more time to adjust their behaviour. I've said it before, the difficulty is, from a player's perspective, is when you're getting away with doing something for 30 or 40 minutes of a game, and then all of a sudden you're cautioned or warned for it, you don't understand why, because you've been getting away with it for so long. So at least if the officials are really strict really early on, as a player you know exactly where you stand, and it is half of your job to adjust your behaviour depending on what the two umpires deem is acceptable or not in that game. And these are seasoned professionals, and their coaches will be expecting them to be able to deal with that.
If you wonder what all the noise was about, well, Mickey was explaining that to us, it's because South Africa have completed their win over Jamaica. Sounded like a great game over on court one. Big comeback from Jamaica, but South Africa have won a 55-22, so they have won Group C, and they will go through to the second stage as one of the top seeds.
Unlucky from Kawatoka there. Yes, she came over the back of the shooter, but I thought she had a hand to that ball cleanly, and so did the Fijian bench.
And Trinidad and Tobago, as they go about their work once again, as it stands, will join South Africa and Jamaica in the second stage. They'll join up with England, Uganda and Scotland in Group G. And they would play those three sides in the crossover.
Right wing defence, centre third.
Gallo for Fiji. Torrenbau out to Fisher. Well, Looney playing high once more.
Ballooney showing all of her creativity there. Stepping on, looking like she was going to shoot, but had one eye on her shooting partner in Panapasa. Just like Simigal did there. She saw the hunt from the Fijian defender, sighted Sammy Wallace home alone underneath the post. In the words of Liz Ellis and Sue Gordian, they would call that a Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Do you know why?
Home Alone.
Well done.
Yeah, your hands before your distance when
Home
you
Alone
shoot
2.
the ball. Yeah, goalkeeper beside the goal attack.
As far as sequels go, it wasn't bad.
It's been worse.
Rauluni. Her shooting ain't bad in this game. 16 to 17, 95%. As we approach three-quarter time, 90 seconds to go. Trinidad and Tobago leading Fiji 57 to 39. Oh, how's that for a quick release from McCollin? Didn't end up falling.
No, it didn't, but have a look at the Trinidadian defence coming on. You see their two defenders in the back of your shot sitting nice and high and in front of their players. Great take from Khalifa McCollin, trying an almost layup-esque style shot there before she fell out of court, but not falling for her on that occasion.
Well, a call out of Fisher looking for Panapasa, but the bullet pass into Rauluni. She'll shoot from distance, and the rainbow from Rauluni.
Is that another emerging superstar? She has been fantastic today. Vicky Wilson should be absolutely buzzing with her performance, and I say that, and I've cursed her, and she's tried a long bomb, and it's gone completely off the baseline.
First time that's happened today, maybe.
I feel like it's me. Is it me?
I'm not saying anything else. Trinidad and Tobago work it through mid-court. Simungal. McCollin has to chase the ball as it just tips off her fingers.
And that's the danger as a mid-quarter. Simigal worked overtime to change of direction through the middle third of the court, but on the end of a long ball. But because she had so much energy, because she'd worked so hard, she tried to then pass the ball on the run, and on that occasion going out of court.
Rauluni again looks to shoot from distance. Baptiste was a little too close. And Shaquanda Green as the final, as the whistle goes for the end of the third quarter, prevents Rauluni from scoring another goal for Fiji. So 57-40 after 3 quarters. 17-15 was the split in that third quarter. So Fiji working for everything, but still a long way behind.
You can already see lots of changes across this court, so we'll bring you up to date with those as we get them.
So the final game from the first stage of the 2019 Netball World Cup here in Liverpool has a quarter to play.
Beside the goal defence. Yeah.
Samantha Wallace.
Fiji.
Excellent shooting performance from her so far. That's 37 from 39 now. 95% for the Trinidad and Tobago goal shoot.
Brilliant numbers, isn't it? You can understand why she is world class in that goal shooter position.
Jamila McCarthy has joined her in the circle at goal attack. The Trinidad and Tobago. Young 24-year-old just playing a 7th test match here against Fiji.
Contact goal defence. Side the goal defence.
Wallace, very
Contact goal.
physical player. Jamila Wallace will
Side the goalkeeper.
rely on a bit more footwork.
Obstruction.
And she gets her first goal of the game. Jamila McCarthy.
Lovely and tall for a goal attack. Long, leggy figure running through the middle third. And a lovely first shot to start off her campaign for this game.
Yeah, 6'2". Jamila McCarthy alongside the 6'3" Samantha Wallace. That's a handful.
Vantage obstruction centre.
Fisher to
Causing
Nawai.
contact wing defence.
Coming through for Trinidad and Tobago. Almost winning it was the wing defence on Nella Jack.
Obstruction. Vantage goal from
Panapasa with the goal for Fiji. Guerrero just throwing a bit of loose tape off the court.
Vantage break goal attack.
Vantage obstruction wing defence.
The goal attack, McCarthy. To Wallace. Nice little triple play there between the centre, Candice Guerrero, McCarthy and
Breaking
Wallace.
wing defence. Break. Breaking.
Just some clarification from the umpire there. It was a breaking, you're not out of play. That one, though, was a contact, so now you have to stand out.
Vantage contact goal defence.
Panapasa beats Green to the ball. What a goal for her. She's been impressive. That's 25 of 26, 96% for the 18-year-old playing in a first
Contact goalkeeper.
Netball World Cup.
Brilliant percentages there from the goal
Contact
shooter,
goal,
only
goal
missing
defence.
1 shot the entire game so
Where you
far.
are.
And likewise with Rowley sitting in front of her, only missing 2 goals, 90%, 18 out of 20. Great numbers.
Yeah, they can certainly finish in the shooting sense. It's just moving the ball here through mid-court and getting it into that position. Catch and then receives the bump from Anisha Baptiste. Shakes it off, Panapasa. Well done from Wallace. Good awareness to flick it back into a wing attack. That ball's gone all the way over the top. Kahatoka wins it for Fiji.
Goal attack.
And here they come in transition. Rauluni playing very deep up towards the centre circle. More contact on Caitlin Fisher. Plays for the UTS Sparks in the New South Wales Premier League.
Contact wing defence.
And hear a chant of Fiji going round the arena here.
Obstruction. Goalkeeper.
Rauluni bumps it in off the outside rim. That's number 19 for her.
Cannot say enough positive things about... Do you know what? I'm just going to stop every single time I try. But no, she has been brilliant today. Outstanding so far. Just unfortunately on that occasion, Baptiste and Green doing a fantastic job to roll the backspace of Panapasa to confuse the feed.
Rauluni, the soft touch again, the backspin on the ball. hits the rim, but it's so gentle that it just trickles in. Wallace out of the circle. Gets it back.
Contact centre.
Fisher with the contact call that time.
Yes.
Rebounded by Guerrero. There's Wallace from longer range. Nice shot.
Fiji.
Samantha Wallace. She scored 47 out of 54 over her first 2 games. She's now 39 out of 41
Contact
here.
ball, goal defence.
Nawai seems to have a little bit of problem in the back of your screen here, the goal defence for Fiji. I feel like she just tweaked her ankle on that jump of the last shot. Very, very far out of play at the moment. You see her just stamping her foot down, trying to get some feeling back into it before this ball comes back down her end.
Yeah, there she is. There at Nawai, just trying to run it off.
Possession, goal
Tough
shooter.
to play this game. All the sudden movements and changes of direction you've got to make if you've got
Centre contact.
a niggle in the ankle.
Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that happens quite often in netball, which is why if you look across the court, you'll see various players with ankle strapping, taping, braces. More precautionary than anything, but probably alludes to the fact they've had an issue before.
5 games in 5 days for some of these teams. 8 games in 10 days. I mean, it is a rigorous schedule here, isn't it? At this Netball World Cup. What sort of demands does that take on the players, having to back up and suit up day after day after day?
You just live in a world of Dom's pain, unfortunately, as a player. No, but you have to make sure that you recover well. You know, there's such an emphasis on the diet of these athletes across this competition to make sure they're fueled correctly, the recovery process after in terms of their ice baths or cycling, flushing out their legs, going for a swim if there's an option, as we see some changes for the Calypso girls coming onto court.
Samantha Wallace leaving the court. So Jamila McCarthy will go to goal shoot. There is McCarthy. It's off to Guerrero, just tips it off to herself. And so here are Hollingsworth. Her first attempt on goal. That was smooth.
And I hear her nickname is Bubbles. I have no idea why, but what a great nickname.
Bubbles Hollingworth. 21 years old, playing a 12 test match for Trinidad and Tobago.
Where you are, shoot.
Lydia Panapasa, she's been working hard all game.
Yeah, but that passage of play was all created by Ralanui. Getting on the ball here, the give and go, she absorbed the contact, picked herself up off of the floor just as Panapasa was finishing off that goal.
McCarthy can't get the shot away. Good work at the back from Kahatoka. Here come Fiji, Ralanui now.
Such unbelievable skill to be able to tip that shot and collect the rebound as well. Great job from Kahatoka.
No advantage played on that occasion. Fijian player 3 on the far side. That's a restart, and they've turned it over. The speed with which Trinidad and Tobago move it up the court.
Shaquanda Green earned that turnover for Trinidad and Tobago. Working hard on the body of Panapasa, straight up in the air. Tips the ball to her teammate.
Fisher. Kahatoka over the top. The Torren Bow. It's Fisher again. Long pass to Panapasa. Showing her strength and a little give back to get closer.
Just goes to show how mobile you have to be an international shooter nowadays. Being tall, unfortunately, is brilliant, but not enough just to have that one quality. You have to be able to move onto ball, give, go, and finish your shot at the end of it.
Yeah, she didn't give up on it. Shaquanda Green. That's what you want your goalkeeper to do, stay in the fight. She certainly did that.
Said it, well done, post. Goal attack, no, whole time. I set your goal shooter here by the post for the free pass. Yeah. Right by the post, thank you.
Louise Travis with the clear instruction.
Contact, centre.
Yeah, it's a little bit of confusion there. What happened is Shaquanda Green, as she was contesting with that rebound, she ended up replaying the ball, so she touched it twice, which she can't do. So it was a free pass. Even though Panapasa had the ball right underneath the post, she could not and was not able to shoot it. She had to pass it.
Rauluni, she's able to shoot there. And hits the net.
Fiji are currently leading this quarter score 10-7 at the moment.
Okay.
So really, really positive. 11-7 going into this final passage of 5 minutes.
Contact hold,
Yeah, they
goalkeeper.
have
Contact goalkeeper.
passages of the game, as you say, where they really do lift it. They go on a bit of a run. It's just maintaining it through the quarter, keeping that consistency. And that's another goal to Bubbles Hollingsworth.
I love that that's now what we're referring to her as.
I'm a West Ham fan. I love Bubbles.
Yeah.
You had to get that in there. How long have you been waiting? Slide that in there.
Oh, you handed it to me. I couldn't resist. Guerrero, intercept from Fisher. Well done from the Fiji centre. Down the line to Rauluni, into Panapasa. Oh, the pearls shining bright in Liverpool.
Some real positive signs here from the Fijian Pearls. Great tireless work from Caitlin Fisher as she runs the back of her opponent and manages to collect the ball on her way through.
65-52. Trinidad and Tobago still with a healthy lead inside the final 5 minutes of the match. Fiji making them work for everything. Here's Jamila McCarthy. She's looked effective since she's come off the bench for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I would say that Janila McCarthy has got a high netball IQ. We saw her on that last passage of play try and run to screen the defender as Panapasa absolutely nails that shot.
Love the height on that shot, just giving the defender no chance at all. The higher the ball goes, the better chance it's got of going in the net. It's a matter of physics, you know.
If you say so.
Panapasa looking for another scoring pass.
Just one back. Yes, shoot. Yes.
Rauluni. This is another occasion. It's a rare thing in this game.
Not enough height, as you just said. You saw the ball go up, but it almost rolled off of her forefinger and had too much backspin. So the likelihood when that happens is it's going to hit the front of the ring and come straight back to you, as opposed to hitting the ring and dribbling in.
I watch a lot of basketball. People like Steph Curry playing for the Warriors, you know. He's changed the game in a way because of the way he shoots. He shoots from distance and he shoots with height. Almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of netball, it's very much, if it's comfortable to you and your numbers are above 90%, don't change it, no matter how unconventional it looks. You know, there is a certain, in inverted commas, way, I guess, that you should be taught to shoot if you are a youngster, up-and-coming, aspiring netballer. As we see Kawatoka fly through for that beautiful interception for the Fijian Pearls. But yeah, if it works and you're a 90% plus shooter, you keep your action. Nobody's going to change it.
Contact coming in from the wing defence, Anisha Baptiste. She's not afraid of muscling up in mid-court. Well, interesting, the different shooting styles. Charmaine So for Singapore, she's got a beautiful shot. Some of the other teams, some of the Zimbabwe shooters just pretty much do it with one hand.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw that earlier in their game just before this one against Northern Ireland. Almost very relaxed, but you know, if it works, it works.
Contact, goal defence, arm.
Torren Bow.
Offside, wing
Over the
defence.
top to Rauluni. She's well and truly levelled by Shaquanda Green.
See that happening a mile off, so
Slow motion.
there was one Trinidad and Tobago defender out of play outside the circle, but Fiji just not making use of that at the moment until the movement from Panapasa.
Well done, Lydia Panapasa. 32 from 34 for her, 67 plays, 55 inside the final 2 minutes.
15-10 in this last quarter to Fiji.
change of traction.
Great work and intensity from them so far.
Offside. Fiji, goal third.
Hannah Passer again. She's going to end this game like she started it. With strong movement, good position and fine finishing.
Outstanding form from Lydia Panapasa today. Been one of the standout players across the court, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct in saying this will be her first lot of full 60 minutes. They've been toying around with their combinations, have the Fijians, been running lots of different shooters.
For the Surrey Storm, need a new goal shooter?
No, we don't. But a good one for the future, nonetheless. I'll definitely keep her in mind.
Expert comments from Nikki Austin, Director of Rugby at the Surrey Storm. Players still fighting for every possession here. 45 seconds to go. The results done and dusted, but look at them still go at it. Great to see. The final match on day 3 here at the Netball World Cup.
Yeah, and if Trinidad and Tobago are smart here, they'll just use up the 30 seconds and absorb up the time left on the clock. Really important as a player, you are time aware consistently. So you'll see the players have a look up at the massive screen that's above our heads here in the commentary positions, trying to count down that clock.
Contact centre.
Trinidad Tobago just losing the handle. Seconds left. Panapasa can't get the pass. And there's the contact as well. And that is the full-time whistle. Trinidad and Tobago get the win, 67-56 over Fiji. Trinidad and Tobago will go through to the second stage as a third-place finisher in Group C. So they'll come together at the end. It's been a torrid 3 days for both of these sides. Trinidad and Tobago, the favoured team here, 10th seeds playing the 17th seeds. They get the win, and Fiji will go on to play for the minor places next week. But Trinidad and Tobago stay alive in the race for the title. So let's confirm the outcome of Group C. All 4 teams have completed their 3 matches. We saw, well, we heard rather, over on Court 1, 2-court system here happening in the M&S Bank Arena. South Africa beat Jamaica by 55 goals to 52. Jamaica came storming back in that game, but they got pipped at the post. So South Africa, with the 3 wins, the full 6 points, they'll go through to the second stage as a top seed. Jamaica finished second, and Trinidad and Tobago will join them in the next stage, and they'll cross over with England, Uganda and Scotland and form Group G. Looking back at the highlights of the second half, Fiji, they won the 4th quarter by 16 goals to 10. There are only 2 goals in the third. It was a solid second half performance from the Pearls.
Such a positive last 30 minutes worth of netball there for the Fijian Pearls. I think Vicky Wilson, their head coach, will be so pleased with the way that they finished out this game. Unfortunately, it just took them far too long to get going, and I think, to be honest, the strength of the Trinidad and Tobago attack end really surprised the Fijians, and they lost that first quarter 23-10. But a really positive sign to finish, and I think that combination between Ralanui and Panapasa is one to watch going forward. They were absolutely outstanding today. Both of them sitting in the high 80s or even high 90s for Panapasa. 94% shooting accuracy. What a start at just 18 years of age.
Yep, she's a Fijian netballer with a big future. Lydia Panapasa. She did everything she could to keep Fiji in this contest, but ultimately it just wasn't enough. She kept the shooting game on course, but Trinidad and Tobago just had too much class in the end. Just in all 3/3, they dominated. So here are the numbers from this match between Trinidad and Tobago and Fiji. What stands out for you, Mickey?
Yeah, for me, that turnover stat is so important. That means how many unforced errors your team has made that game. And generally, we say in order to win a game of netball, especially at this level, you need to sit somewhere around the 20 mark, no more than 20. So Trinidad and Tobago, you see on your screen there, 24, and Fiji, 34.
Okay, let's get some reaction now. Vicky Wilson is with Gail.
Thanks very much, Rupert. Well, this group was always going to be tough, wasn't it, to emerge into the second round for? But you must be so proud of the way your players performed today, particularly in that final quarter.
Yeah, it was great to get a win in that final quarter, but we let ourselves down in the first 7 minutes of the game where they really got away, and then we just tried to play catch-up netball for the rest of the game.
You got a bit of momentum, though, going into those ranking games, which must fill you with a bit of confidence.
Oh, absolutely. I think the first couple of games we played were pointless, too big of margins, but I thought today we were able to get out there and be competitive, and I liked what I saw. I saw lots of improvement all over the court.
Well, unlucky today, but we look forward to watching you in the next few days. Well played.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vicky Wilson referring to her first two fixtures at this event. They lost 85-29 to Jamaica and 90-35 to South Africa. So they did score in those games. It wasn't completely pointless, but I think we know what Vicky Wilson meant. This was a better contest for Fiji. Court 2 results, Malawi, big win this morning over Barbados. Uganda, 52-43 over Scotland. That was a cracking match, as was Northern Ireland against Zimbabwe. The Zimbabwe fans almost lifted the roof off the M&S Bank Arena. It was so noisy in here. And as we've just seen, Trinidad and Tobago 67-56 over Fiji, and Trinidad and Tobago go through to the main draw second stage.
Thanks very much. Well, Sammy Wallace, Tamsin Greenway says you're her most favourite goal shooter in the whole wide world, and I think we saw why today. How much fun did you have out there?
First and foremost, thank you very much, Tamsin. I don't think I had a great performance today. Like I could do so much more. So there's so much to give, and tomorrow definitely we'll see that.
You had a big smile on your face there, Wesley, when you heard that. She did all right for you today, didn't she?
Well, I agree with the young lady who said she's the best shooter in the world.
How proud are you of this group of players? Because it was nicknamed the Zone of Death by Marva Anderson, the Jamaica coach. It was a tough ask, and it obviously went down to the wire today, but you're through, and you get another crack at some of the big teams here.
Yeah, definitely. The girls haven't been playing international games that much as other teams, so I'm actually liking the effort they are actually giving on the court, and we can only build from there.
And for you, what were the expectations coming into this, and what are they now?
Look, we know Fiji is going to go that hard. It's all about who wanted more and who treasured the ball more, and definitely see that we wanted it more. That's why we're so eager on the bench and stuff. So yeah, I'm really proud of the girls today.
And it's Uganda, we think, next for you. What sort of game are you expecting, and can you give them a good one?
Yes, we surely will. We surely give the gap between 6th and 10th is not a big gap as between 5 and 10, so we surely give them a good game.
And what about you know a few of those Ugandan girls, don't you? Certain Peace Proscovia, your paths have crossed a few times.
Peace is a darling. I love her, man. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, bodies everywhere, and we're just going to go there and give it our best shot.
Well played today. We look forward to watching that match up tomorrow. Thank you.